DNA, 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 DNA. It's Sunday night, and you know what that means. It's DNA Talk Wrestling Podcast for the AEW All Out pay-per-view. Big time pay-per-view tonight. I am currently joined with not just an acquaintance, not just a friend, not just, I can't think of any other words for friend, but I'm just going to go with, he's my bestest friend in the world, Ash!
And I'm joined
Yes!
by a 21 friendship of
You're
the
our
best
friend.
friend. Is it 21 years? Yeah,
Best
look
friend
at that.
since
Look at
99.
this. Best friend since 99. 22 years. 22 years. Best friends. And he goes by my bestest friend in the world. Daniel.
And we got an absolutely crazy. We're live. I can't believe that our managers have managed to sort us to go live for a podcast. I think that's
It's been
crazy.
in the works for a while.
Your hands up, by the way. Can I ask if you still want to talk? Because you got your hand up.
Well, you know, I'd just like to have my hand up.
Just hold up for the whole session. We were going to do this last week.
I'll hold my hands up. I was wrong on this thing.
We were going to do this last week, but why didn't we do this last week, Ash? Were you busy? Were you on holiday?
Well, I was away for a few days down in Cornwall.
Were you enjoying
the
yourself?
nice sunshine.
Gel?
Well, I had a lovely time. 24 degrees, sunshine out.
That's too hot for me. I saw it was like 26 today.
Yeah, but I was in the sea, innit? I was in the sea, mate. It doesn't matter. You're in the sea, you're loving it.
That would have been lovely. And talking about lovely, we've had an amazing. Can I say 2 weeks? It's been a week, hasn't it? Really? Yeah, it's been a week. Of pro wrestling, of professional wrestling, to quote CM Punk once said last week.
Yeah. Well, no, it's good. No, it's pretty much 2 weeks, isn't it?
Last weekend and this kind of weekend. But
we had the one Rampage, and then all of this week's wrestling since.
Was that? Was it last? No, it was the weekend before. No, it was the Friday before, wasn't it? Not the one just gone. Not last weekend's Friday, but the one after was when Punk officially revealed himself to the world. And as far as I can tell online, things have gone quite well for him. People seem to be happy.
I think it's hard not to be happy. I think there's been a massive buzz for it. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's loving wrestling again.
7 years.
Everyone's happy.
It's been 7 years since he stepped into a professional wrestling ring, and he's had quite a rough 7 years of not being able to really find his feet. He stepped into the octagon, got his ass kicked a couple of times, got his contract ripped up.
Yeah, but that made he probably made some top dollar.
Oh, he made
as bad as he was in there.
He's made more money than what us two put together over the next 60 years. Double that. He's made more than that. Right?
Oh, aye. And I go for him. Why? I mean, some people will never have the chance. Some people wouldn't take the chance to go and fight in an octagon. I can't really fault it.
I'd love to give it a go. There's
fun as heck.
There's one guy that I'd love to. My old mate. I'd love to see him in an octagon ring, but I don't think that's ever going to happen because he's a pussy. But kind of going off topic here, SummerSlam was last weekend. What did you think of the show?
Well, I'm going to get the match card up here.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, I can't fucking remember it.
Like, we did watch.
We had it on in the background.
We had it on in the background, yeah.
Whilst we were...
I don't think we made it the whole way through. I didn't.
I got bored.
I did catch up on it for the rest of the morning. So SummerSlam.
I think you dropped off at Edge, I think. Edge and Seth.
I think it was, yeah.
I actually stayed up until the end, and then I was happy because my boy Lesnar's back. So that made me happy.
So yeah. Okay, so It's just so Big E defeated Baron Corbin. Yeah. RK Bro defeated.
I love
tag
Riddle.
titles.
Apparently, he's
love
got loads of
Riddle.
heat backstage.
Boy, yeah, fucking bring him to AEW.
I was going to say, sack him, yeah. Bring him over to AEW. We'll be happy.
Yeah, no, like, give him the heat. I don't care. Damian Priest versus Sheamus. The Usos.
You missed out Bliss and Marie. The match of the night.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Becky Lynch made a return versus Bianca Belair.
Apparently
We'll get into that one in a second.
Apparently that was a load of bullshit.
Oh no! Yeah, I remember this, and like, it's one of the things that annoyed. We'll get to it in a second.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. No Heath Ledger return to have a
Going.
3MB reunion.
Get that reunion going.
I mean, what's the point?
If you're gonna do it right.
At once. Exactly. Edge defeated Seth. Lashley defeated Goldberg. Roman Reigns defeated John Cena.
I think the biggest shock of the night was the Goldberg match, as that lasted longer than 3 minutes. That actually doubled itself and hit 7 minutes. Crazy.
I mean, yeah, and that's good. It is fucking crazy. Normally, it doesn't last longer than a minute.
Well, my biggest news taken out from the whole night is my boy is back. Where do you think Lesnar's going with this?
As long as he keeps the beard and the hair, that's all I care about.
That hair.
I'm not gonna lie. I said to you, like, when we discussed it before, Lesnar coming back, like, because you called it, like, Lesnar was probably going to come back that night.
He had to come back at some point soon.
Yeah. And because you'd noticed they'd put him back onto the SmackDown roster or something, didn't you?
Is he on SmackDown? Who did that?
He's on SmackDown. Roman Reigns, isn't it?
Reigns, yeah.
Yeah. Which.
I wonder why they flicked.
Because we were talking about it on first Lashley, weren't we? That's where we were kind of going with it. So yeah, he returned.
I bet you Fox was happy.
With his beautiful hair.
Although I did hear apparently Fox was pretty annoyed because he actually grew his hair and they weren't expecting that. That they wanted the Lesnar that you saw before, like with the clean shaven.
Don't
I like
silly.
it. It's just a bit different.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm all good. I'm more than happy with their face, Brock Lesnar.
I'll take a face Lesnar. I love Lesnar.
Like,
I don't care who he is.
Lesnar is one of the. He's like one of the like. Well, I'm gonna say this. He's one of the best on the mics, but not in a being a good talker sort of way. He just has one-liners, which is so perfect.
He gives us amazing 3 words.
Just amazing.
Let's do this.
What was the other one when he speak? He come on the mic, said something, and then he chucks the mic to just before he chucks the mic to him, he goes, "Say something stupid, Paul."
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Say something
That's all I need from him. All I need from him. But I'm more than happy to have.
I love his little, like, I don't even think he was meant to do it as like a funny thing, but the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he just carried it around like a boombox.
Oh yeah, everywhere. The boombox. Yeah,
then of course WWE had to pick up on, he's been memed on the internet. Let's print it all over T-shirts, and it's like, you've just ruined it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was funny, but now you've just ruined it.
Do you know what it is at WWE? It's like the cool dad. Like when he finds out some of the son likes, he's like, "Oh yeah, I like that too. Look at me."
Like 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
So you think? Well, so we had Cena defeating Reigns. I'm going to stick with Lena. I was going to say Lena. Lesnar, Cena. Lesnar's back. We're going to assume that it's going to be Lesnar and Reigns. How long do you think? It's going to be Survivor Series, obviously. I haven't actually seen SmackDown last Friday, so I genuinely don't know what they're actually doing with that. Don't even know if he turned up on the show, to be quite honest.
I think he did because they promoted him, didn't they?
Let's have a quick look on the YouTubes.
Roman Reigns had a title match the other day, didn't he?
What? Sorry.
Roman Reigns had a title match against Finn Balor
Oh
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
day, on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat him, but then after the match, like do you know when Finn used to have the demon and they flashed red, that happened at the end of the match?
I heard that they
walking
teased
out.
that. So then,
So
why have
I'm
they bothered
pretty-
bringing Lesnar back to tease Reigns?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
And now they've just
This is in my head.
thrown in. What's the next PIV? You've got Extreme Rules, Clash of Champions. Okay, so we've got. Wait,
So
September,
you got a
October,
couple
November.
before.
You've got like 2-3 pay-per-views. It's going to be Crown Jewel, isn't it? It's going to be Lesnar and Reigns at Crown Jewel.
That's where, that's their big money show, basically, and that's where they make all their dollar.
They'll feed Balor to Reigns at Extreme Rules. They'll probably do a rematch at Clash of Champions, and then they'll get rid of Finn.
No, it'll be at this fucking Clash of Champions. It'll be Demon Balor who he goes against, not Finn Balor. That's what it'll be.
And then Crown Jewel. That's when it'll be Lesnar. So when are they planning to have Crown Jewel? October 21st. Wait, September next month. Wait, when's Extreme? Yeah. Extreme Rules is this month. Clash of Champions is not been announced, but Wikipedia says I don't know. Okay, so I'm assuming middle of October probably. Then they'll have Crown Jewel the end of, but they won't announce that as a pay-per-view. It's just a fancy house show, isn't it? And then Survivor Series is normally the weekend of Thanksgiving, so the 25th-ish of November, something like that. And then we're gonna have the exciting if they do it as in Lesnar completely destroys Reigns, I fucking love that. I'll happily take that. Do you think?
I would take that, but I don't think they would.
Do you think Cena's gonna be coming back at any point soon?
I don't think so.
Think he's done?
The
Summer of Cena is officially finished.
Well, that's what they classed it as, isn't it? And the summer's over, so
he's got films to make now.
Cena needs to wrestle. He's got, exactly. He's doing well for himself in Hollywood. I don't think he necessarily wants to wrestle too much anymore.
He's too old.
I think he doesn't need to, no.
How old is he?
I always think of Cena. He always
mid-40s?
is the guy who takes care of his body and stuff, isn't he?
He's 44.
And he's still fairly young, really, isn't it?
He wants,
in terms of what a wrestler can go to.
Mid to late 40s is normally the cut-off point.
Yeah.
I think, maybe. But he just can't take it anymore, so we got Cena.
No, I don't think he'll ever be back full-time, but I reckon we'll probably see him around Mania or something.
You don't want him back full-time. You want him back as what The Fiend was.
Yeah. But don't fuck it up.
They can't fuck Cena up. He
just fed him to Reigns.
Yeah, but you need that veteran guy. I guess you can class Cena as now.
No, you do. Yeah.
To be the one that raises up the next pool of talent, which will be Reigns for the next probably at least 5 years. How old is Mr. Reigns? Literally since you start streaming, my internet goes well slow. Probably doesn't help that I've got it on my laptop too. 36? Oh, you've easily got five good polished years in him yet.
36.
It's 36. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 or 5 more years. No more guy.
Are you bored of him already? Nah, to be fair, he's since his heel turn, he's been awesome.
I just what I said on the one we did a couple of weeks ago. I just need to see the next evolution of it now.
Yeah. Where do you think Where do you think Heyman's going? Is he going back to his roots with Brock, or is he staying with the new blood?
For me, I think he leaves Roman Reigns because I think that's where Roman Reigns' next progression needs to come from.
Do you think
he needs to do it without Heyman on his own, mic in hand?
Do you think he can though?
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He hasn't. I don't know. But then again, you think if Vince just relaxes back off of him and say, look, you don't need to read this shit script that my crappy writers have given you. You can just go for it yourself.
That's not happening.
I reckon the man's got some good charisma to him. He's just not allowed to. It's like I've seen a couple of interviews that he's done since he became champion. Was it like pretty much a year ago, wasn't it? I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
just over.
he's actually really decent. Like he can talk.
The guy can talk for fun. It's a good thing, but they will never give him. They don't trust him like they trusted Cena.
No. But I guess it's different because Cena is charisma. He is the Hulk Hogan, obviously, of this generation.
I get that, but...
When did he actually win the belt?
It was like 360, 70 days now, 370 days or something.
Oh, so he has had it over.
So they celebrated 365 on. Yeah, they
they
put it on Twitter the other day. Like 1 year. It might have been on Monday.
I'm surprised people haven't started screaming out and going, "Oh, he's boring me now. You have to pass it on to someone else." I like it. I don't mind long reigns. I loved back in the late Attitude Era when you had like 6 people going after the belt at once, and that belt was being passed around between 6 people, because I don't quite understand how the wrestling goes nowadays of why, like, Drew McIntyre's been pushed back into the secondary tier. He's going after the United States Championship now. Why would he be like, you know what, I've been champion for about 10 months or something. I'm going to sit back a bit now, and I'm gonna go after the Intercontinental or the US Championship belt. And it's like, well, why don't you put yourself back into the loop of getting to the main title again? I don't quite get that.
Yeah,
but I guess that's
it's been an issue for a while where
wrestling logic.
As you say, back in the Attitude, like, there'd be 6 guys wanting the title, and there'd be kind of like intermittent feuds and stuff to kind of within that 6 where they'd all kind of face each other of different sort of variations. But you never get that anymore. It's one guy and one guy only goes for it, and that's it. And
it's been that format for the past like 10 years or so.
Yeah.
More than that probably. When you had I'll say the late 2000s, because the feuds in the late 2000s literally consisted of Cena versus Edge, Cena versus Orton. Taker might be thrown in every now and again. But then it would just go back to Cena Orton, Cena Edge, and it was boring. I didn't like that that time.
No, it didn't work. But today, to be honest, like, it's.
So Cena defeated Reigns. We're going to say that Cena's gone now.
I'm calling Cena. We'll see him at Mania.
Another big surprise after Lesnar is that Becky's back.
Okay.
Apparently she's turned heel.
So, well, I think they're kind of. So let's talk about.
You've got to do something like that with her.
Well, I think, right. They haven't meant to bring her back here. I think what's happened is they've fucked her return by basically, because at the moment everyone's anyone who you kind of read about, they were pissed off that Bianca Belair got buried in 10 seconds, 20 seconds off a match, if that, not even that. Who's pretty much been dominating since Becky's been gone.
Was that
Becky comes back?
It was 26 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying.
Makes sense.
And I think the backlash on that was so bad, they've gone,
We
oh
got it.
shit. Like, everyone's pissed off here. This wasn't meant to happen. Everyone was meant to love Becky coming back. And they haven't.
Well,
They fucked it. They're going, shit, we've got to turn her heel.
the stupid
It's
thing
not being
about
funny,
that.
but Becky was one of the best merch sellers before she left. They're
Oh,
not going
yeah.
to want to turn her heel on a return.
Mm.
They want to sell merch.
But do you want to? I don't know, because she was doing amazing with the Becky Two Belts, the Becky Two Belts gimmick, which
Yeah,
lasted
but that
a fair
wasn't a heel
while.
gimmick.
No, it's face, absolutely. But
That's
then
what I'm saying.
you've got to freshen up the character, though.
You have, but they've not done that on purpose. They haven't thought about that. They've fucked her return and gone, shit.
I think the stream's gone down just a quick second. Connecting to stream. I think we're back. Apologies. This is technical difficulties on the very first night. The technology's gone very,
It happens.
very scared. I like the fact that they are going to do something new with Becky. I was bored with Becky being a face. I would love to see her being a bit more of a bitch. And I think now that you've got Bianca, who's clearly their top babyface, hands down. They've got a nice feud ahead of them. Huge. Well,
I've got no doubt about that, but I still have issues with the return.
What was the other one that got taken out of the match? I can't. Name's gone out of my head completely.
Carmella.
Was it Carmella?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Money Mella.
No,
yeah,
I'm thinking of
Graves' woman.
I'm thinking of Sasha Banks.
Yeah, that's it. No, she was meant to be it, and then Carmella came out, and then she was like, "Oh, I'll have this match then." And then freaking Becky comes out, chucks her out the ring.
I'm roasting.
Beats her up, and goes, "Oh, we'll have a match then instead."
And then Wrestling Logic dictates, okay, like we don't have to talk to management. We can just do on the fly.
This is what I'm annoyed at. Like, how's this happened?
Just like going back to that.
Have guys coming out for title match going, oh, okay, I'm in this match, guys.
That's my thing. Why doesn't Drew come out and go, well, Oz is champion. I don't want the bloody US title anymore. I'm going to come down and just challenge it because I can, apparently. Wrestling Logic.
So, yeah, I don't know. And then to beat her in 26 seconds, I don't like that sort of shit, especially when it's champions. Like, I get it right.
Especially when they've been a champion for the past. When did Bianca win? Was it last Mania or the Mania? It was the Mania just gone, wasn't it? So she's been
just gone, yeah.
Champion for
half
like
a year-ish.
6 months, and then they knock her off in 26 seconds. What's the point? You've just built all that for like a quick 26-second match. What was the point?
I just say I'm sure the feud between them will be very good. I like both of them,
but at least give us 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like everything you've just built up in Bianca for the last 6 months, you just thrown the fuck out the window.
Or just take off Flair, Nikki Ash, and Ripley, and give their 13 minutes to Becky and Bianca instead.
Make that a 26-second match.
Make it worth something.
Yeah. Just don't even have that match.
No. We're not a fan of that then, no? They need to do something good with Becky.
I'm a fan of Becky being back, but not in the way they did it and not what it led to. It
didn't make sense.
No, it did
to the viewer's point of view, and looking forward to seeing what they've actually got with it. But that was a silly decision. Goldberg lost.
Yeah.
What'd you make of that?
I mean,
I was surprised.
Oh yeah.
What's
surprising one? Because I don't think. To be fair, I think the Raw. What is the championship on Raw? Is it the Universal?
It is the WWE Championship.
So is Roman Reigns the Universal? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns the Universal. Okay,
I don't understand what the
WWE
difference between them is.
Is such a fucking non-title at the moment because no one gives a shit about Bobby Lashley. No one actually cares about Goldberg. Unlike.
It was good to see.
He was good to see him a few years ago when he come back, but that's it.
I meant with Lashley, it's good to see someone fresh taking the belt.
Oh
but
yeah,
then
rather than
when
you
they've
Randy
had
Orton,
the
but I'm
belt
pretty
on
sure he's
for
against Randy Orton now.
yeah, yeah. I don't. I'd love to know where he's because I read that. Oh no, I think it was this. I think it was this year's for Goldberg's contract this year. He had like 3 matches under his contract. He had 2. He had one at the Rumble, one at Mania, and I think that was the last one. Unless they're gonna
Yeah, he's definitely got
extend
Saudi
his
Arabia in
contract.
him, isn't he?
Well, yeah, for the money for the 2 mil that he'll probably be given. I definitely wouldn't say no anyway. That'll be the rematch. Goldberg had he had a quick interview after SummerSlam and he said that he's not through with Bobby or something. Makes sense.
Okay, yeah. There you
He'll be
go,
going to
Saudi
Saudi.
Arabia. Yeah, they love the old school wrestlers over there.
Do you think he'll win that one? Do you
But
think?
absolutely not.
Do you not think?
No,
I think he might
yeah, we will. No, you will, yeah.
because the Saudi
Saudi Arabia,
Saudi
they'll like it, yeah.
president guy will be like, oh, an old guy. Definitely, I want to see him.
Yeah, okay.
I want to see him win.
That one.
But then, what was we gonna? Then we got Lesnar and Reigns.
I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll have a little mention of a nice entrance from Edge.
Oh, that was good. Love that.
I enjoyed the gold Gangrel entrance.
I loved. He had the fire circle, didn't he? But he didn't come up.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I'm trying to remember it because I honestly wasn't paying attention to it at all. That was a nice little throwback. To be fair, it was a bit weird. Why would you do that for when who did he? Oh, Seth, wasn't it? Yeah. When Seth's got nothing to do with Edge's past, then he comes up with the Brood entrance. There's no mention. There's no. It looked great. Don't get me wrong. It was a nice little throwback. I loved his tights. I don't think I've ever said that before. I loved his tights, and it was just a nice little throwback. To be fair,
I enjoyed it.
I'm guessing it was just a one-off. I don't think we're actually going to hear. But the other gutting news from that though is like a day or something later. Apparently, Gangrel was talking to Edge, and apparently Gangrel was meant to come back to. Not come back to. He was meant to debut for All Elite Wrestling, and then apparently he got bunked off the card because of Edge's new Brood entrance, and apparently Edge even like really like he was proper saying sorry to Gangrel for getting his gig being taken off him. I can definitely see him coming back and doing what he was meant to do at some point soon. But having the past couple of weeks of Kenny Omega attacking Christian and like shouting, "You think you know me? You think you know me? You think you know me?" I think that was meant to all build together and actually have Gangrel come back or something. They were probably going to do like an old throwback basically with Christian.
Yeah. Well, maybe they do something.
And then he'll have a bit of help.
I'm pretty sure Gangrel's been on AEW before, hasn't he? Sure he has a Full Gear. I'm sure it was something like Full Gear.
AEW Gangrel. Gangrel. Oh, okay, yeah, they did. Gangrel and Hurricane Helms appear at Full Gear. Yeah. 2020. What's that? God, I don't even remember that.
So obviously they've got some sort of relationship there. So I don't know. Maybe they'll just use it at a later date. Maybe tonight.
I hope so. I'd love to see because I was just watching Cultaholics Straight to Hell video thing of what they did, and then that they actually had Gangrel on there, and he was saying like he was meant to have the complete full works. He was meant to have the Ring of Fire. He was meant to come up. The absolute complete works. I'd have loved to have seen that again. Yeah. Although I guess you wouldn't.
Been pretty good.
It would have been good, but you wouldn't have had his his actual music though, because his music was just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
That was SummerSlam. What do you think of it overall before we jump onto the interesting bits?
I mean, yeah, I like it. There was a few moments that kind of perks my interest, but that was it. The wrestling itself wasn't great on the night. Like, even though I like watching it in the background, nothing made me stop, turn, and just want to watch it.
I think for what it was actually pretty decent. Like again, I had it on the background. I didn't really watch it properly, but the surprises. I probably will go back and watch it for the content itself at some point soon. But from what I've seen, it was actually a good pay-per-view considering the past year and 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10 years that the pay-per-views and the wrestling that the WWE has given out has been absolute wank.
Okay, yeah.
SummerSlam was actually pretty decent for once. I was very happy with it. Tonight is a mediocre night in wrestling. Not a fat lot going on.
No, there's absolutely no returns.
Apart from All Elite Wrestling, their All Out pay-per-view. I was actually thinking on my joke earlier on because I thought that the pay-per-view tonight was actually called All In, and then
got you.
My memory jogged. It's actually All Out, but I was going to make a joke tonight and saying, are you all? So it's All Elite Wrestling's All In, or are you Darby All In? Because the names all it's spelt the same. We got a cracking card. We got an amazing card, to be fair. Shall we have a quick rundown of the of the actual card itself tonight?
Let's do it.
Before we go into me and you are on the card tonight, are we? No one told us that because we are the best friends. Orange Cassidy.
We are with sure. Hello.
Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta. I love when they just throw in these random names. Is it just me, or have I not heard of Wheeler Yuta before? And Jurassic Express, who is but not limited to Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, with Marco Stunt. His name is really hard to say on the fly without mistakenly saying something else. Marco Stunt versus the Hardy Family Office. I want this big money Matt thing to be dropped, and I want him to come back as what's your favourite version?
Yeah. My favourite version is Hardy 2.0.
2.0.
Yeah, like I think we've discussed it before. Like when he used to be on SmackDown, he used to come down and he used to have
the entrance.
The entrance, and it had like the information about Matt on the side, like Matt Hardy
likes chocolate milkshakes.
just random shit. I'm like, yes, I'm all for that.
I remember as a kid just writing all this down. He loves chocolate milkshake. Oh, amazing. Okay. What else does he like?
What? More about Matt Hardy. I need it all.
Mine's obvious.
So yeah, that was my favourite.
Mine's obvious. It was the Brood. No, it's not the Brood. It was
Broken.
Yeah, obviously the Broken stuff. That Woken shit
Broken was
should
amazing.
have never happened. That was just cringy.
Oh, yeah.
The big money Matt thing doesn't do anything. He just comes down to the ring, goes, "I've got money. If you let me manage you, right, I'll take 40%, and then."
I didn't like. Maybe it's just a way so he's not wrestling.
It's something different,
Like, to be fair, like with Matt, he's always got ideas that he's willing to try. Some of them aren't gonna pay off. Some of them will. At the moment, we're just getting one that doesn't quite pay. But at the same time, it's good to see AEW are just like, okay, yeah, go try your new character, go try your new guy, see what you get from it.
I love that. Don't get me wrong, but when you've had Matt, who's had some serious injuries the past couple of years, he had that concussion from.
Oh yeah.
Uh, who's no, not Sammy. Who gave him the
I think it was Sammy,
MJF?
was
Was
it?
it Sammy? It was Sammy then,
I
wasn't
think
it?
it was Sammy, yeah.
It was because I was really
Yeah.
gutted for him because I was like, oh, he's going to be taking down the card now, isn't he? But
Yeah.
accidents happen, and they were like, it's fine, don't worry. But when you take a massive bump to the back of the head and you get your head smacked on the concrete, that doesn't play very
Yeah.
well for the rest of your career, really.
Yeah.
But
Maybe tone it down a bit, calm down, slow down.
yeah, I mean, I guess he's getting old now. How old Matt is?
That's got to be
46 as
nearly
well.
50. Is it
Yeah,
46?
it's 46. God, we're getting old. Jeff's 30. No, he's not 30, is he? Let's face, he's 44. Oh, is that it? I thought there was a bigger age gap.
Jeff Hardy is the same age as Cena.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, Jeff seems to be like around like a million years longer than Cena is.
Yeah, it's felt it
It
as well.
seems like that, doesn't
But
it?
he started at 16, wasn't it? Because he
Yeah,
falsely gave his age.
Yeah.
Or was he 17, but you had to be 18? Or was it 15, you was
Something
meant to
like
be
that.
16? Something like that.
He was definitely had to forge a few documents and say he was.
But he's been going since like the mid 90s.
Oh yeah.
And what Cena's got onto the big stage in what 2002 or something. So yeah, there was like a fair bit of year difference there. But Matt's with Private Party. I really used to enjoy them.
They've gone a bit.
Just a tag team now. I
Yeah.
loved their entrance. I thought their entrance was fucking amazing. It was very Eminem. They used to walk to
Yeah.
the ring, open up the red velvet thingy, walk through,
That's
sign
it.
sign their name to get in.
Yeah.
I love
that's
that.
it,
I thought that was great. And the hybrid 2 is it. Who was that? Jack Evans. I recognise his name. Was
Jericho.
he with WSX? Yes, he was in 2006. I used to like him back then.
Yeah.
That's where I know him from. I didn't know he was actually still going. But the hybrid 2, have we seen him before? Have I just not been paying attention?
I think. What's that? Who am I? Are they the guy that had been beating up CM Punk, or is that someone else? Who's beating up
No,
CM Punk? And no, it's not them. Is
that
it?
was I'll know their name when I see them. No. I can't think who it was. Anyway, but this is my kind of like what I don't like about AEW, that they kind of throw in people that haven't been established on TV and don't really know who that. But then again, on the other hand, I do like it as well because then you get to know more new, different people, and it's actually
Yeah.
it's like with the WWE, they've got a set roster of like 30 people, and you pretty much know as long as you watch the products each week, then you'll know who they are. With AEW, because they throw in a load of guys from the indies, which is great as well. Don't get me wrong, but you kind of get confused of like, why is he in this match for? Was he
Yeah.
there last week, or why is he in this match this week? I don't quite understand it.
I think some of that can be down to not watching because I don't watch.
Dark and Elevation, yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch them on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
I don't have time to be quite honest.
I think some of them cross over, and I think we were on about it the other day. Sometimes you don't watch you don't really miss out, but I think maybe there are a few small details where you're introduced to a certain wrestlers where maybe that's what we are missing. But in terms of storyline, I don't think you do miss out too much from it.
That's fine. I mean, as long as that match is literally just going to be a hype, because obviously it's on the pre-show. It's there to obviously hype the pay-per-view up. You have to buy it. When's the pre-show on? Is that like 12 or something?
Normally 12.
Something like that, and starts at 1 maybe. Obviously it's there to sell the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Look how fantastic these guys are. It's going to be you have to buy it. As long as they keep it to that, and there's no actual storyline to have to be missed or anything, then that's fine by me. That's the 10-man tag match. Then we've got a 21-woman casino battle royal. Oh, it's 4. So it's right. I've seen a lot of
Or a
people
championship
complain about
match.
this online as well, which I'm completely against it too. I'm with the internet. I hate saying it, but I actually agree with the internet wrestling community. What is the point in having a ranking system when you're just going to have a number one contenders match instead and go, actually, you know what? Fuck all of you guys, which have been working your ass off and actually been earning these points to get up the ranking system. Whoever wins the next match, it's like playing football in school, and then the bell rings, and then you go, next goal wins, and then like they're the winner instead. It's like, well, it doesn't really
We
work.
were 10 goals up.
Yeah, well, that doesn't count. That's not fair.
Well, I'm gonna put the argument against it. Not that I necessarily agree with it, but I'm gonna put the argument possibly why it makes sense to have the match.
Go for it.
Sometimes there is just not enough TV time for certain wrestlers to get their rankings up.
Mm-hmm.
So this gives that one opportunity to prove yourself, get that win, and get yourself an opportunity.
Yeah, but then
I'm not necessarily
the
saying
ranking systems don't mean anything.
No,
I felt
but
like an evil
because...
genius then too. Yeah. But the ranking systems then don't mean anything.
Yeah, but it's not like they're doing that every week. They're not.
Yeah.
It's one pay-per-view this whole year where they've done a freaking battle royale for women's, but it's an opportunity for the whole.
They did a battle royal couple of. Was it All In? I'm sure they've done.
Possibly did, but what I'm saying is,
I'm sure they've done basically a battle royal or a number one contenders. Yeah, the Casino Battle Royal was the last pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. Jungle Boy won it. Revolution, did they?
What did he win for it? Did he get a championship match?
Then does the... Oh no, that's different. Yes. Yeah, there is. Okay, right. Go back there. So Double or Nothing. Jungle Boy beat Christian Cage last for the Casino Battle Royal for a future World Heavyweight Championship match, and then the pay-per-view before Revolution, exactly the same thing, but with the tag team. The Young Bucks defeated the Inner Circle. But
that's fine.
The rankings, you might as well scrap it. What's the point?
But it's not, because, as I say, there's not enough TV time to give everyone the opportunity to get up on the ranking system, to get their matches, to get up on the ranking system, to get high enough for a championship match.
They've got.
So you give them one opportunity.
They've got 5 hours. They've got 5-hour TV show tapings every single week now. I'm
going to give them one opportunity.
5 hours.
They don't need. No, give them one opportunity, one night. Winner gets a championship match. And then we'll go back to the ranking system.
Do you want me to go through who's actually part of this 21-woman?
No, I've got the names in front of me.
Yeah, I can't be asked to read all this out.
I did just see there's a TBA.
That stands for to be announced.
No, I get that. I get TBA stands
it's gonna
to be announced. I mean, is that gonna be like freaking someone coming back or someone coming in?
Oh, it has to be a surprise. Because it's the casino rules, isn't it? With the with the shape with the faces thing, whatever it's called, isn't it? And then there's the Joker card, which will be them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, I don't know who's going to be there for it. Don't know. I can't say a winner because I'm not.
Mickey James.
Oh yeah, but
it's.
No, do you know what it could be? Because I'm pretty sure, isn't her fella the TNA champion? Or one of the TNA champions.
Yeah, but they got that cross promotion thing going though, haven't they?
Well, that's what I mean. That's why it could easily happen.
It'll probably be one of the Impact people. It probably will be old school WWE personnel.
Yeah, Mickey James sounds about fair to be honest.
I just literally threw that name out. I have no idea if it's not. Moxley and Kojima.
Kojima. Satoshi Kojima.
I don't know anything about him.
Okay, so
I'm not a Japanese wrestling fan.
So I think this is their first. They're basically trying out the market with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and to see if there's
the Western world will accept them.
Well, to see if the wrestling translates, because obviously you've got Mox who's wrestled in Japan for. Well, that's where he went straight after WWE. He went over to Japan. And a lot of the wrestlers in AEW know that type of wrestling, like Kenny Omega. He was amazing in Japan.
Old Page.
The Young Bucks. Exactly.
Cody's been there.
They've done a lot. That's where freaking Chris Jericho as well. Like a lot of their wrestling has been done in Japan. So I think now the AEW is the company where you've seen WWE. They've brought over Japan wrestlers and they've failed.
Yeah.
It's never been a major success.
I don't think they've been able to bring over any. I might be completely wrong, but I don't think they've actually been able to bring over anyone else apart from the. I mean, even the UK ones haven't really succeeded, unless you're American. I don't think you are going to really succeed in the WWE. That's just not their market.
The only one is Shinsuke Nakamura, basically. Shinsuke Nakamura.
What's happened
He's
to
the
him?
only one who. Well, that's the thing. They fucked him over when after he won the Rumble, and then in the Mania he had that. Like, it's still one of my most favorite entrances at Mania, where he had I forget the woman's name who freaking. What's her fucking name? But whatever her name is.
Asuka?
No, I'm on about the girl who played guitar for.
Oh, sorry. I can't think of a name. No.
I can't remember who she plays for. But yeah, like that whole entrance was amazing. And they went and made him lose. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And that's when they killed him. Like, but,
I never really understood that though. I mean, okay, I guess
they did it to both of them though on the same night though.
Did Asuka win?
Asuka won her Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and then she lost at Mania.
His Battle Royal, and they both lost at Mania.
They both lost. Wasn't from what I've heard, wasn't one of them? No, sorry, weren't they meant to be going on a tour of Japan?
I have no fucking idea, but they.
I think that's the reason why they won the Rumbles, but then I don't know. Things might have changed. They might have cancelled the trip to Japan and thought, you know what, we don't.
So fucking hot for Nakamura at that time. And then they fucked him.
Oh, they could have
absolutely
risen him to the stars. He is another one that needs to quickly get out of the WWE, come over to AEW.
He gets paid too much money to look. He loves his life there, I think.
You think?
He gets paid a nice money. He lives in California. Gets to chill, fucking surf every day. Loves it.
I can't spell his name. There he is. How old? He's 41. Yeah, I reckon he's got a couple more years left in the WWE. Then he'll probably start thinking about calming down. But like, I don't know. Maybe if AEW
I think if he left,
and
he'd go
New
back
Japan,
to Japan, to be honest.
Maybe, but
yeah,
you want him in AEW. You want him there. It'll be great.
But going back to Moxley versus Kojima, I think it is. I think you're bringing over a New Japan legend.
Test the waters over here.
Test the waters, show what they're capable of, show New Japan that there can be a relationship built between the two, like there has been with like TNA as well.
They literally are
and
building
show how it can work.
They are literally building
one of the best things, because I think it makes the AEW wrestlers bigger stars as well. By basically you're allowing yourself to take yourself on a tour to Japan and selling out those stadiums, selling out the arenas. Maybe you become part of Wrestle Kingdom, have your AEW wrestlers there.
That'll definitely happen. Yeah,
and that's what I mean.
Happen one day.
It creates that relationship for them, and I think I imagine it'll be a very good match. I think Moxley knows Japanese wrestling very well.
Oh, absolutely. He's
and
been over there for years.
For me, he's become a lot better of a wrestler since he left WWE as well. In WWE, like, he just had shit fucking, like, do you remember when he used to freaking fall into the turnbuckle and then, like, clothesline people at WWE? And it was the worst.
Don't get me started.
Jesus. That's what I mean, like.
I hated that.
And now, his wrestling isn't the same thing over and over. The new thing. He's evolved as a wrestler, and I don't think you were ever a massive like Moxley Ambrose sort of fan, but I think it's kind of from when he come over. I think he's done very well for himself, and he has helped the company grow.
Oh, he's massively helped. I'm just looking on Wiki now. Apparently, he's still under contract to New Japan, which does make sense because he was.
Well, he only
was over there not too long ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he was the Intercontinental champion, wasn't he, for him?
Successfully, however, on the second night of Fyter Fest. So at Resurgence, that's New Japan, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
At the Resurgence event on August 14th, I'm assuming that's. No, that was last. Was that last year? When? No, it's actually this year. It was the start of last month, literally a month ago.
Yeah.
So he's still definitely wrestling for them now. There is the connection between AEW and New Japan. I've heard absolutely amazing things over the past week or so with Satoshi Kojima. I've heard it's going to be a bloodbath. I've heard it's going to be like a proper Japanese full-on fight, as in kicks and shit and smacking your head on the floor and.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it.
Making
different type of wrestling. I think,
exactly.
well
I want something different. I'm just quickly looking down the card. You've got a serious match with Jericho and MJF. That's going to be the emotional match. You've got the Punk and Darby, which is going to be your proper wrestling. Like, that's. We'll get to it, but that is going to be like a proper wrestling match. You'll have Miro and Eddie, more of a street fight, possibly a bit more comedic in there. Paul Wight and QT Marshall is just going to be a comedy match. So this is where that match is. This is what I love about AEW. What, like, on the podcast that we were talking about like a few months ago, whatever it was. This is what I love about the promotion of how they have something different. We were talking about one of the Dynamites of where the first match was a fast, spectacular, shine, shine, shine. Look how great these two people are. The next match was like a comedy match. The next match was hardcore, or the last match, I think that one was. And then there was another match which was just like a powerhouse or something, I think it was. And it was just different. This is what I fucking love about.
They cater to everyone in terms of their wrestling.
And at the same time, like, if you're watching the first match and it's a powerhouse match and that's what your type of thing is, the next match might be a tag team high flying match. You're not normally into that sort of stuff, but you think, go on, I'll give it a go. So this is like, actually, this is really good. Next match is like a hardcore match. I'm not too much of my hardcore. Actually, this is pretty decent, and that's what. It's just a nice open genre of it all.
I think you compare it to WWE, where WWE have their style. Every match. The thing is with WWE,
they're all so
it doesn't
similar.
matter what. Yeah, even when you have a hardcore match, a tables match, a chairs match, TLC match, they all become the same thing.
Yeah.
When it has a stipulation on that match is the same stipulation match across the board. It's just got a different name.
You know, I was literally just going to make the joke of, I don't know, do you want to see a last man standing match? Do you want to see a no DQ match? Do you want to see a falls count anywhere? It's it's all the same. Like,
Yeah, it's all the same in the WWE.
it's just a
And the thing
different
is,
name.
yeah, the thing is with AEW, they like you don't they won't go. Oh, it's a freaking no holds barred match. It's just a fight, isn't it? Like they just like they don't have
He's
to advertise
shoots.
different styles of matches because you're gonna get different styles of matches either way.
And that is what I love about um, All Elite Wrestling. That they give you difference, and I love it. I think the Moxley and the Kojima, I think that's a potential match stealer. You've got next up, you got Paul White and QC Marshall. Right. My thing with this is I don't think QC Marshall is actually that big of a dude, is he? He's 6 foot and he's 234
Yeah,
pounds. Why have they paired him up with
Paul
excuse his
White.
indie name, but Big Show? Why have they teamed him up with him? I guess there's no. I can't think off the top. I don't think there's like a giant within that promotion anyway. So I guess it's kind of hard to find
Well,
him to
you've
work with
got
people.
QT's with it's with Nick Camarato, is it?
Nick
And
Comoroto, yeah.
Aaron Solo in it. And I'm pretty sure Nick Camarato's taller, bigger dude,
Nick is 6'3".
bit closer, but still not
I'm
7
trying to
foot.
picture him. Oh yeah, him. Yeah, he looks like a jacked up. Uh, I can't think of his name. Shit. No way, Jose.
Yeah.
He looks like
Okay. Yeah.
No way, Jose, except he's been on the roids or something.
Yeah.
He
So,
looks like a dude that should be going up against Big Show and make it more
well,
believable.
I mean, that's kind of where maybe it ends up going.
Maybe.
Like maybe it ends up heading that way. But I don't know. Like, to be honest, I've never been a massive Paul White
No.
/ Big Show fan.
I liked him when he first started in the WWF. Didn't really like his WCW days. I didn't really watch him though, to be fair.
Okay, yeah.
I loved him when he was brought in to be Vince's bodyguard, but that was very short-lived. But then he's never really been a character that stands out. Like the thing that stands out for him is him being big. He's had some awful feuds with Bossman.
Yes.
That was.
He's not had a whole lot of good feuds across the board, to be honest.
I can't think of one. Actually, he's tag team with Taker. That was really good in the late 90s.
Oh, actually, Jerry Show as well. I quite like Jerry Show.
I wasn't too much of a fan, to be quite honest.
I think maybe I was a fan more of the name than anything. It was a nice name. But
it was that period of wrestling where they just got two people's names together and just that'll do. Like there's no fucking creative thought behind it.
But it'll be if we speak tomorrow and I go, oh, that's a really good fucking match, that one. I'll be very surprised.
I'll be surprised if we both remember the match.
Yeah, exactly.
The most emotional match of the evening is gonna.
Which could be the most emotional match of the evening.
This might be Jericho's final match.
See, obviously
it's not going to happen. No, because
well, we've spoken.
I've worked it out.
You are convinced Jericho. You are convinced Jericho was off his done, and you said you had a theory why he was done. You never told me this theory, but now you've swapped your mind, so I'm never going to hear this theory.
I can't remember what this theory was. I was just looking on his wiki. I was trying to see if he's still signed up to New Japan, but he's not. That's not a good sign. Because I was thinking if he's got his contract with New Japan, then he obviously can't just stop wrestling. Like he's got to still do them dates. He can't just quit.
But he's still got his contract with AEW, man.
Is he? Yeah, but how old?
Well,
Love going
okay.
to
So
ages. He's 50, you know. Bloody
I
hell.
know he's 50. He looks 60, but I know
Yeah,
he's
he does.
50.
He hasn't aged very well.
He hasn't. But that's down to all the drugs and rock and roll he
Yeah,
has
the
on the
lifestyle.
side of wrestling. Like, I'm not being. That guy lives a fucking lovely life. He
What
loves
was
it.
what was my theory?
I don't know. You never told me.
When did I tell you about this theory that I had?
Can't remember the other day. I'm sure
There.
you said you had a theory on why.
Try
But
and
I don't know. Either
try and find
way,
out,
so
and I'll probably remember. But I think, oh no, I think my theory was just literally he is going back to the not back. He's going to the announce desk. I don't know why it's over there for.
oh, okay.
Um,
Um,
I mean, yeah. So so obviously he's full time on the announce desk, with Rampage. I don't think it's going to make too much sense for him to go back and forth. To be a wrestler on Dynamite every Wednesday, and then he's going to be an announced dude on Friday, and then he might wrestle a pay-per-view. But the thing is, he's got too much left. He's got too much left to do. He's got loads. He can work with so many other guys. Although
this is
he might be.
so. Who do you think's going to win? Like in your head, who do you think's going to win? So I'm pretty sure the other day you were convinced it was MJF.
I think it is. I'll
You
be
think
gutted.
MJF's winning?
Yeah, I'll be gutted if MJF genuinely does win. Because he did go over clean as well last. No, when was the last pay per view? Or was it last pay per view? Or was it last?
MJF's gone over Jericho four
That was it.
times, is it?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. The 5 Labors of Jericho. The fifth
Okay,
labor
yeah,
was when MJF won, and as far as I remember, he went over clean. Might be wrong.
I think so.
Might be
Yeah,
wrong. Which doesn't bode well because then, in a logistic sense, why would Jericho win this last one? Because then he wouldn't win the feud. He wouldn't win the rivalry. So, what would be the point in Jericho winning when the whole point of Jericho is to raise up the younger guys, which
because
he's done a
he's
fucking
already no,
amazing
yeah, but that's
job.
the thing. But that's the thing. He's already done that with MJF.
Yeah, but
So MJF is
he's got another 20
MJF's
guys in the
already.
locker room to do it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. With MJF now, he's built him up to that thing, so it doesn't matter if he now beats MJF. MJF's already there.
Or are they going to do some shit swerve of
And
Jericho's going
nah,
to lose?
I don't think Jericho would allow
Then
it.
he's going to come out and say, well, actually, my contract didn't say that I can't wrestle again.
No, don't be silly. They wouldn't. No, because let's be fair, they've not. Like the whole when Cody Rhodes said, "If I lose, I won't be going up for the championship again."
Yeah.
And he hasn't. They've stuck to that, which I was bloody surprised about.
Although
he
he had the
he had the
TNT belt for ages, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But like we all said, there'd be a different title he'd get.
Yeah.
But he hasn't gone back to the main title, and so I don't think they'll do. I think they're smart enough not to do something stupid like that. Like WWE would actually do. That's a whole WWE move. So what I'm saying is, you're saying like Jericho can't leave because he's got to build up new stars, but he's not leaving. He's already built up at MJF, so MJF's now an established star, so he can beat MJF. So it's not going to affect MJF if he loses. He's already got 4 wins over Jericho. He's already now an established player in AEW. Chris Jericho can now win,
but
MJF
it wouldn't make sense to me.
Well, MJF can go, well, I beat you 4 times, you beat me 1, I win the feud. Chris Jericho goes, well, I beat the feud because that's the end of the feud, but bollocks to it. Since the last fight between them, they've said that, haven't they? So I think Jericho wins, but ultimately MJF was the real winner from the other 4 victories he's got over Jericho, and then MJF goes off to bigger things.
But nobody's going to remember the last 4 times that MJF won. Everybody's only going to remember this final fight.
MJF doesn't let him forget though. MJF doesn't let him forget. It's his character. He doesn't let people forget things he's done that are successful. Always. It's just put a microphone in his hand. People ain't gonna give a fucking shit, man.
He's never stumbled. He's never missed a beat. He is amazing. He is this generation's Shawn Michaels. He's amazing in the ring. He's amazing on the mic. Does he need this last win?
No.
I agree.
He doesn't need it. If he got it, it'd be massive for him, but I don't think a victory here affects his position at all. He gets the same out of it, win or lose. Maybe not. Well, no, not quite. He'd get more out if he won, but what I'm saying is his stock wouldn't go down if he lost it.
I get that. I'll be gutted if MJF does win, but I'll be happy if he does win. But
yeah, I kind of get that. I'd say that.
Where's he gonna go
Jericho's winning
after that?
Where's MJF going?
Yeah.
I'd say if Eddie Kingston wins the TNT title, that's where we'll go against Eddie Kingston.
Do you think he'll be going into the championship picture anytime soon?
No, because I'll get to
because Kenny's champion right now. No, he won't.
Yeah, I'll get, and yeah, they're not turning MJF heel. I mean face because he's just not a face.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, and I'll get to my Kenny Omega bit in a bit down. We'll speak to that when we get down the card a bit. So
Miro, and actually, sorry, let's just quickly get back to that. Just one word, Jericho or Miedo?
Jericho.
I want to say Jericho, but I genuinely think Miedo will win. I genuinely do think he will, and I'll be gutted if he does, but I'll be happy at the same time. So it's a win-win.
That's fine.
Miro and Kingston.
Miro,
you know what?
And Kingston.
Yeah, Miro has grown on me so much. This whole best man gimmick.
Yeah,
I love it. I genuinely do love it recently. And Kingston, give him that microphone and fuck it out.
He is so good.
He is so good. I would happily sit there for an hour and just go, just talk, man. Just do what you do best. You're entertaining, mate. It is for the Tunt Championship. The Tunt Championship. I don't know too much of this feud, to be honest, though. I don't know if I'm being rude, and I haven't really seen too much of it. Let me see quickly. Called out Eddie and declared himself he would drag him into the river. Ooh, naughty. And then on the 27th episode of Rampage, Kingston attacked Miro, and a match between the two. So they didn't. August 27th. That was like last week. So within the space of a week that they've just made a match. Okay. Cool. Whatever.
But everyone's.
I'm not too asked about the story. Them two guys are going to put on an awesome show as it is anyway. So whatever.
The thing is, both of them have been doing just well in everything they've kind of done. Like Miro, since he's come to the company, it was a good choice for them to sign him. He's done well for them. He's done well for himself. I was quite a big Rusev fan coming to Mania on Attack. I love Rusev.
And isn't it amazing that tonight is also All Out tonight is also being broadcast on Rusev Day.
Exactly. What a fitting tribute.
The whole coincidence of it all. Kingston signing with AEW to me was like his first when he debuted. Didn't know who he was. He picked up the mic. 20 seconds later, I fell in love with him. I thought he was absolutely amazing.
He had his good little feud with Moxley. He's done quite like with in the short space of, I say short, it's probably been a year now or so, hasn't he? Been with the company.
Yeah, like
Ish.
started just after COVID happened. July 22nd was when he debuted.
Oh, yeah.
So July,
Okay, so
August.
yeah, just over a year
Yep.
basically. And yeah, I'm not. I didn't know too much about Eddie before he came into the company. I'd heard the name, but I'd never really checked him out. I'd never really seen it. And then, as soon as he, as you say, as soon as he picked up the mic, as soon as you saw him wrestle, it was just like, yeah, I'm all in on this dude.
He was in Ring of Honor for 12 years. No, 8 years. Sorry, my maths is off there. Wow, he looks different. When he was in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla in 2008. So God, when I started, when I started wrestling, I can't really show the picture on screen to be honest. Actually, no, because it's Wikipedia, so we can. There, that is what he looked like. He's he's changed. He's changed a little bit. And what was I? So he's been in he's been in Ring of Honor for a long time. TNA, he was in there for about 2 years. But I never really
He's
heard
been a
him.
bit all over the spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think them two will put on a, because I quite enjoyed the way. I think they've got similar wrestling styles.
Yeah.
So I think it'll work very well tonight for each other. It's all like brute wrestling, isn't it? And yeah, I think it'll work very well.
Who you aiming for? Is Miro going to retain? Is Eddie going to become new champion? I'd love.
I think Ed is going to win.
Yeah. Okay. I'd love to see Kingston become champion. I'd love him to like not to sound like the fucking fans or you deserve it and shit like that, but he genuinely does. Like he would carry that title really well.
That's why I think. And then I think if you put him against MJF, like after the feud, I think
that'd be good.
MJF in this. Like I think you put MJF into a title picture. I think you give Eddie's dues. You can even keep Miro around that sort of area and have all three of them go. Have a little trio feud.
I love
as
that.
we were talking about a little earlier, where there's more than one person going for the title.
I love that. I would be very, very happy to. I mean, I'm not too bothered with having Miro in with the feud, but having MJF and Kingston go for a while, that'd be.
I think them two
and
on
actually
the
for
mic
a belt as well.
with each other would be pretty insane.
Yeah. Oh god, they'll probably have to nail down the roof because that roof is going to come off.
Exactly.
When you're gonna have I've lost my trail of thought. You're gonna have Kingston and MJF. Like, to me, probably my favourite heel, my favourite face in the company. Kingston's probably he's probably not my favourite face, but it's definitely up there. I think
it's
that
definitely one.
that'll be an amazing feud to happen. So if Kingston does go over tonight, then depends. Are they going to do that stupid whole I deserve my rematch sort of thing, or are they just?
Well, yeah, that's why I mean, if you bring in like an MJF into it, sort of thing, where he goes, "I've just beat Chris Jericho 4 times. I deserve the title." Sort of show, you know what I mean? Like,
and then Miro comes back going, "Yeah, but that's my title, lol."
Yeah,
then Kingston goes, "Well,
you two fight it out, guys, and
and
I'll
then
see you in a few weeks.
I'll take the next guy. So you're going Kingston. I'll go Kingston there as well.
I'll go Kingston. Yeah.
I would love to see him be champ. Then you've got Lim and G Hunter. Lee and Jim Hunter versus the Lucha Brothers. No, not the Hunter brothers. The Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks. It's the same team. It's the same team.
They look so much like each other as well. Matt and Nick with Brandon Cutler versus the Lucha Brothers. Penta. You know what I'm missing here? We've not got Fuego del Sol on this card, even though he just signed his contract a couple of weeks ago. What's going on there?
Well, what it is you've got to get a bit of TV time and work your way up the standings. There's no
Or
battle
just
royale
or
that you
just
can
win the
just
battle
join in.
royale and just jump in
There's
there
no
and
battle
win.
royale for him. There's no battle royale for him. That'll be next pay-per-view.
Versus the Lucha Brothers. You know what? Which one do I like? It's Penta, isn't it? Yeah, like I'm not much of a fan of Mexican wrestling. I'll admit it.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Japanese wrestling. I'm not a fan of Mexican wrestling. I'm not a fan of British wrestling, to be honest with you.
Fucking this guy.
But Penta has actually grew on me so much the past maybe 3 or 4 months or so. I've
I
actually
think.
really enjoyed him. I think he's fucking good.
See, I love both of the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Ray. I
Do you know
think both
why?
of them.
Do you know why I didn't like him? Because when you hear the name Lucha Brothers, I just think of Lucha, Lucha, and it cringed me out. Like, don't
Okay.
feed me this crap again.
No, I get you.
It was so bad. It was
No,
awful.
I get that.
But then you actually get to know them. It's the same with OC. I thought his character was fucking stupid when I first saw him, and then 20
I
seconds,
fell in
no,
love with it. The
5 seconds
second,
later, I was
but
like, oh, he's amazing. He's...
I just fell in the first second with fucking OC. I was just like, yeah, I'm all about this. I am all about this.
Versus Rey Fénix and Alex Abrahantes. It's a steel cage match, so again, different. I love different, and also as well, what I love is don't expect, because that's another thing that I don't like about with a lot of tag team wrestling. Too many tag teams are, how many flips can we do in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Go, go, go. Neither of these teams are kind of like that. Penta and Ray, not really. They're more of like a muscle mass sort of team.
The thing is, the thing is with both of these teams, when they do like acrobatic stuff, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for the sake of doing a flip, it's for the sake of pulling off a move, like, or countering a move. There's a reason behind what they do. And both of these teams, like, every single match they've done since with the company, there's not been a bad match between them both.
No.
Like, well, not as in versus each other, but just in any match they've done within the company since they've been in. The Young Bucks, for me, coming into... I'd always kind of heard about the freaking Young Bucks and who they were. The only kind of... And I'd watched a few YouTube videos of them, and there was always a hype behind them, and I didn't want to get too excited with the hype, because sometimes hype is just that. It's just hype. But them two have just... The hype is real, man. Like, they've been incredible.
They've held the belts for 302 plus days.
What goal?
I think there's too many. Okay, so when you've got 302 days, for how long has Kenny? AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I love it when a group carries all the titles, as long as it's done right.
When they claim to be the most dominant group, or when they claim to be just as good as they are, and they can back it up. Yeah, yes. Like that.
And Kenny and the Young Bucks have definitely they've definitely done what you expect them to do. Kenny's had his for 277 days. Basically, what I'm trying to think of is the belts need to be flicked around somehow, somewhere, at some point. I want...
Yeah.
The Young Bucks are amazing. They are the best tag team in professional wrestling today.
They do also have to lose at some point.
But they've got to lose them at some point, but I think they've got so much more to do. And just the Young Bucks in themselves are just they're just too entertaining as it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them lose the belts. They've got a steel cage match stipulation, which it makes sense on the Young Buck side. God, who's Brandon Cutler? Am I being ignorant
Brandon Cutler's
again?
that big muscly fucker, isn't he? Like
Um,
military haircut, big muscly fucker.
No, he's
No, it's
well, no,
not.
he's actually quite. He's quite. Have I not
Is
seen him
not the
before?
guy. I'm assuming, is he TNA or something? Is AEW Dark?
It's this dude. I don't. Have I not seen him before? Am I
Okay,
being stupid?
I'm.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm being ignorant here, but I don't think I've seen him before. I'm assuming he's a dastardly heel, and he gets in the ring when he shouldn't be, and the referee's not always there to stop them. Did you see the cage of what they bragged about on was it Dynamite this week? Sorry,
I have not.
it is a steel cage which touches the floor, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. It was something different. It's going to be confusing because every time they use the steel cage, that they can't use that ramp which goes to the ring now, unless they somehow
Okay, yeah,
balance it
yeah.
out. I don't know. I really like that cage. It's different.
Okay, yeah, I've just got a picture of it.
I get the whole keeping them out. Uh, I loved, actually, I loved kind of. I loved how they kind of demonstrated what the steel cage was meant to do on Dynamite this week, when you had Luchasaurus, no, sorry, Jurassic Express and a few other people, how they stormed the ring. They tried to get into the cage, into the ring, sorry, going over the cage, but it didn't quite work. Like,
Yeah,
was it Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks inside, as far as I remember, and they were
yeah.
smacking them off with like chairs and whatever, and it felt like such a WWE condescending. This is what the steel cage does. Yeah, I get what a steel cage
Yeah.
does. Like, it is pretty obvious, but they had to demonstrate that people can't get in here because there's a steel cage. Yeah, I get it. Like, don't talk down to me. Like, it's just a bit condescending. I do love the cage. It's gonna be a good match. I still don't know who Brandon Cutler is. Who's going over? Do you think? Do you think the Lucha Brothers are gonna get the belts on this one?
I want the Young Bucks to win.
Mm.
I'm gonna stay with the Young Bucks. I'm gonna say the Young Bucks win it.
Me too. Hashtag me too, because I think there's a lot more for the Young Bucks to do.
There's a lot more for the Elite to do.
Yeah.
And I'll come to that.
And I think when the Young Bucks and Kenny start to lose the belts, that's when the Elite might probably start to break up. There might be like a power struggle in there, or people blaming people. I lost the belt because of you. Then they might start moving on. Makes sense. I definitely don't want them to break up. I don't want that to happen. The Young Bucks, to me, are the best tag team in pro wrestling as of moment of talking.
By an absolute mile.
Next, we have Dr. Britt Baker. This way? D. No, that doesn't make sense that way. D. I'm trying to spell it out for the camera. D. I love her. I genuinely. Does she still have her entrance of the drill going? Or anything like that? I don't watch too much of the women's wrestling, to be quite honest. Is Rebel Sky? No, I don't know. I don't know who she is. She looks like a Barbie doll. She's OVW. She was in Impact for a while. Oh no, God, she was in TNA for like the space of 4 something years. I've never heard of her. Don't even recognise her. She kind of looks like what's the name? Fuck. Oh, Oh, the name's gone out of my head. The two Australian girls that we loved in the WWE, Iconics. Iconics.
Okay, yeah.
She kind of looks like them. I don't know. I might just be looking at them stupid. Um, I can't really talk too much about this. I don't know much about it, apart from it's a singles match and it's for the AEW Women's World Championship. Do you know much?
Yeah, I don't know much. I know Kris Statlander's. She's not been back for too long. She did ACL, MCL, was it, or something?
The name rings a bell.
She's the one who thinks she's an alien.
Oh, her. Yeah. Okay. Got you. Right. I did actually watch her a couple of maybe last week or the week before or something.
She's a pretty good wrestler.
I actually quite liked it. Yeah.
Like, I quite enjoy the thinking she's an alien sort of sort of thing. To be honest.
Yeah, that was.
There's like awkward interviews where like her and Orange Cassidy are backstage and stuff, which are pretty funny as well. Like, they're pretty funny.
I remember one of the guys on the announce table was saying something like that she's from this planet, or I genuinely can't remember too much, but it actually was pretty entertaining. I did actually quite like it. Statlander returned.
I love Britt Baker.
Britt Baker's my number one right now.
It's insane. Yeah.
No, sorry, I was going to quickly make this joke about Statlander returned alongside Trent on March. I loved. When was that? I think it was one of the pay-per-views a few months ago, probably at the start of the year or something, and he made his entrance, and the announcer, I can't think of his name either, like my brain's not on, but he was like, coming down the aisle from wherever, weighing it, blah blah blah, Trent. I was like, who was the genius that thought, I'm gonna put a question mark on my name, and then you have to say Trent. So I'm gonna change my name at work tomorrow, so everyone's got to call me Dan.
Dan?
So what do you think about this, Dan? Britt Baker versus Kris Statlander. Who have you got?
I am going to go with the Doctor.
I'm going for Britt.
Yeah.
I don't know too much of the women's division, to be quite honest, but I know that she is brilliant. She is the one, in my eyes, holding the not holding the division together, but she's definitely she's definitely up there.
Okay, so we've got 2 matches left. Which one goes on last?
It has to be Punk. It's got to be.
You think Punk?
Has to be.
So I got
from a promoter's point of view, if you are going to put Darby, let's face it, the Chicago crowd tonight, if CM Punk loses, they are genuinely going to be an ECW mid-90s Philly crowd, and they will be fucking pissed. People have how many people are there tonight? Was it like 19,000 or something? Or 22
like that,
or something like that? You are going to have the crowd very similar to ECW One Night Stand, Cena versus RVD, when everybody had signs, if Cena wins, we riot. And I genuinely believe if Cena won that night, they would have not rioted as in they need the police, but they would have done mid to late 90s ECW chairs in the ring. They would have fucking shat all over the place. And the thing is, if you ruin it and put Darby to beat CM Punk, and that's the second to last match, the final match, don't even bother. Just
Darby's not good.
The fans are going to be pissed.
I'll say that. Darby's not winning. CM Punk, it's a return match. Is going to win.
Yeah. I do, and I don't like that.
But yeah, so do I. Like the thing is, I think they have to have him win just because it's his return, isn't it? Like you want it. You want that star power there. You can't have him return, do him over, and then you fuck. You, there's been, everything for 7 years has been pointless. Then you know what I mean.
And
but I don't think it goes on last.
You don't think?
No.
I think it has to.
Honestly, right?
You have to send home the fans happy. You've got to.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. But I think, as a promotion, I think they're like the title, the World Championship is the big picture.
Oh, absolutely.
I
completely agree with you.
I think they respect their title enough where they go, even a CM Punk return doesn't go over the title. But so we'll speak about we'll go CM Punk match first, and we'll speak about it, and then we'll come on to the Kenny.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I did, and this is okay.
And so, that's gonna be fucking huge, and the fans are gonna be dead happy.
Well, that's what I mean. So you're in my head here. You know exactly what I'll say. So let's talk about CM Punk here first.
Okay. No, you got me excited now. I can't talk about anything else. No, I don't. Okay, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen tonight.
I think it does. But let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it then.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna.
We'll just go straight to it. Okay. So Kenny Omega. So I'm saying CM Punk. It
has to
Darby
be.
Allin is before Kenny Omega Christian Cage. Because I think at the end of Kenny Omega Christian Cage, when they're beating down Christian Cage, because that's going to happen. He loses the match.
Mm-hmm.
They beat him down. Someone needs to save. Who's going to save? The one.
Fuego del Sol is going to run down to the ring.
Exactly.
See, I'm in your head, Ash. I know exactly what.
Knew it.
He's going to get his. He's going to run down with his contract. Going, I've lost 50 matches, but it's okay.
It's okay.
You're gonna
get his ass handed to him. They kick his ass, and then after they've finished kicking his ass, that's when Bryan Danielson comes out to save Fuego and fucking Christian Cage.
I've heard though tonight they've got. One sec, let me put my water back in the fridge. They've got a. Hello. They've got a bigger venue coming up in, I think it's a week. AEWTix.com. Right, so what you've got tonight is the Now Arena, which I'm sure is about, I think that one's 19,000 fans. They come back, they've got an AEW Dynamite called Grand Slam. I think that was the one. I thought they were coming back to, or was it Philly? No, I think they were coming back to Chicago. Okay, they're not. No, never mind. They've got a venue in a couple of weeks' time. I think it was Grand Slam, which will be in Queens. It was Queens, New York. It was, and I'm pretty sure that's they're in a stadium for that. Let me find out. What's the max amount? You can get 23,771. That's right. So tonight I think it was like 18,000 that you can get in there. The Now Arena. The point that I'm going to make in a second. The maximum capacity is 10,500.
But tonight.
Yeah. Okay. That's
fine.
Do you do the second biggest signing, possibly first, depending on how you see it? The second biggest signing of your so you're Tony Khan. The second biggest signing. Do you put him out tonight when you've got CM Punk, who is going to steal the show? Like tonight is all about Punk. but it's only to 10,500 people? Or do you wait
That's
2 more
irrelevant.
weeks and you're going to have 23,000 people in a stadium chanting yes? Imagine what that footage is going to look like. That is going to bring in people. That is going to look insane.
That's gonna happen regardless.
Mhm.
Whether he turned
Yeah,
up
but
tonight
do you want
or turned
10,000
up
people
on that
doing it
night,
or 23,000 people doing it?
you're gonna get 33,000 people doing
Mm.
it if you do it tonight.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if you do it tonight, that show in a few weeks becomes even bigger. Like the tickets are hotter. The crowd becomes hotter because they know what they're getting. Like tonight, I don't think it matters whether you do the return. It's going to be a full house. It's
Oh yeah.
The thing is with AEW, sometimes they'll have like a thing off. They'll have like 6,000 people in the crowd,
Mhm.
but their camera work has got a whole lot better. They can make it look like there's 50,000, and I think that they'll have that tonight. But the way I see it is, I just think I'll tell you that if the mega matches last, Brian's there. I'll say that.
If
If
Punk's
it's
last.
not, is not there. If Punk's last, there's no Brian.
You know, the unfortunate thing is I'm not going to stay up and watch it because I got work tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter
I
to
also
me.
have work, so I'm gonna be I'll be watching when I get back
This is the
tomorrow.
thing that I need to talk to Tony about. Do it on Saturdays. Why
Just
can't
bring
you
back the
put
Saturday night
your
pay-per-views,
pay-per-views
man.
on Saturdays? Because then a lot more people can watch them. You'll make a load more money. Um, I I don't think Brian's going to turn up either way tonight. I don't think they're going to overshadow Punk's in-ring return. I think it'll
Well,
also
okay.
be too
Oh,
much.
okay. So, 1 second. So,
You have to
did
spread these things out. You got to.
did you see? Did you see? Punk he did the podcast with Renee, like
I
Ambrose's
heard.
girlfriend,
Yeah.
Renee. So you saw what
Um,
he said.
no, I've not seen or heard it, but I've heard that
Okay, one
he did
sec.
it.
So there's a quote. Give me a second. I'll see if I can get the quote up. Where are we?
Whilst you're looking for it, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I don't think Brian's coming out tonight. I think they are going to spread it out. It's a massive business
Okay.
acquisition. It doesn't make sense to put Punk on the show, for Chris Jericho to win as well because he's gonna win tonight. For Kenny Omega, I mean these are some massive fucking huge names in the wrestling business. To have everybody all in one night, I think it's just going to be too much, and it doesn't make business sense. You've already got a massive name of Punk coming back. Leave Brian for a couple of weeks. Let the CM Punk news start to not die down, but calm down a little bit, and then
Oh
smash
yeah.
everyone back and go, Brian's coming back. Oh my god! And everyone's going to be fucking
Okay.
excited. I will,
I can't find the quote, but
of course.
basically what happened is Punk. Renee asked Punk like who he wants to like kind of wrestle with, and he said, "I want to wrestle the Young Bucks."
Mm-hmm.
And then, but he said, "But I need a tag team partner for that."
Ooh.
And then basically she said, "So who would your tag team partner be?" And he went, "So when does this podcast come out?" And she said Saturday, and he was like, and he can't remember what he said, but he couldn't. He said, "Well, we'll have to see at the end of the after the end of the week."
Mm.
So, but saying that, obviously Punk's already teased Brian as well. Like you'll have to wait a little bit longer,
Yeah. Yeah.
or like
Um.
so there's that. I've just seen on Twitter of what the last match is going to be.
Well, has he been officially announced?
Well, Dave Meltzer's put it up.
I hate him.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
I
don't
can't stand
like him.
Dave.
But he's normally kind of spot on, isn't he? He's got his infos.
He can. I'm literally just trying to skim through Twitter myself. I can't fucking stand using Twitter. I hate it.
Well, either way,
Punk, mate. Yeah, we know.
do you want to know the last match?
Yeah, of course.
Omega versus Christian.
Right. Okay. If it does go like that, and Punk comes down to save Christian, everybody's happy.
Punk. No, Punk's already wrestled.
No, not Punk. Sorry, Brian. I don't want Punk anywhere near Daniel Bryan unless they're going to fight each other. Unless they're going to have a match.
Oh, they're not. They're not on a because after Punk beats, I don't know what Punk does. Punk will have a little. I think he'll have a few matches with Darby Allin. To be honest,
I hope so. I hope it's not a one-off. I
don't think it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. I know Punk's got a lot of people to go through. At the same time, I don't want him wrestling every week as well. I don't want him on Dynamite and on Rampage every week. I think he's too much of a special attraction.
All depends on what he wants to do, but yeah, I'm kind of with you.
But I mean, he is getting on now. He's probably what have we got? He's 42. He's probably signed a 2-3 year, like they did say on the media scrum the other last week, whatever it was. He's signed a long-term contract. They didn't specify how long. I think everybody assumed it was like 2, maybe 3 years tops or something like that.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
He's got plenty of time, but you don't want to waste his time at the same time. He's got too many people that he needs to wrestle and make it be awesome, and put over the old guys, put over the new guys as well. If Christian and Kenny is 100% last, it does make sense to have Brian come back, come down and save Christian. I don't know. Have we ever had Punk and Brian in the WWE? I don't think that's ever happened, has it?
No, they were. Oh, do you mean one-on-one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have happened.
As far as I remember, I don't think it ever. Yeah, Google.
Yeah, champion versus champion.
Oh, really? Oh, Over the Limit. Fucking hell. Over the Limit 2012 it happened. And also Money in the Bank 2012. And also May 28th on Raw 2012. They completely ruined that. But it's going to be different. I would love one of two ways. Brian comes back, saves Christian, blah blah blah. Brian wins the belt. And I don't know. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want that. I like. I would love a new face to be the champion, but then who would that be? I don't want to see people that have been champion before carry on being champion. I've seen it before. I want something new. I mean, I want Kenny versus Brian. That's going to be an amazing feud. I don't want Brian to win the belt.
I don't think Brian needs to.
He doesn't need it as well. He doesn't.
I think it's just a nice feud to have, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But that's presuming he comes out at that stage. Like, well, he might not.
Yeah.
That'd be where I bring him out.
Yeah. It'll be that'll definitely make the most sense. But then
I think it makes more sense than putting Punk into a title sort of situation.
I would love
because Daniel Bryan's been active for the past few years.
Yeah. He's been more active.
He's been a champion
over 7 years.
He's been a champion in the last few years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I would also love Bryan to turn heel and have a Punk versus Bryan feud, like
I
like an
think you'll get
actual
there.
proper one. Not
Yeah.
some bloody C pay-per-view over the edge back in 2012.
Oh,
I want a proper good feud between them. I'm going Punk. It's gotta be. You'll be very, very stupid
Yeah.
too. But then
I'm going Punk.
but then it makes sense. You have Punk win, then Omega wins, massive heel, ends the show.
Yeah.
Brian possibly comes out, saves the day, maybe. We'll see. We're both going Punk then, aren't we?
I think we're both going Punk and we're both going Omega.
Us two are on the same frame of mind here. Yeah, I don't really know too much about the Omega versus Cage match. I don't really care about Christian.
I mean, Christian
Apart from
took one of his titles off him.
yeah,
He
which
took
is
TNA
great.
one,
Get that fucking
which I was
Impact
like,
belt out of here. We don't.
I didn't mind that.
I don't mind the cross promotion stuff, but nah, I'm fine. We don't. Not we, but
I don't mind it. Like Ken is golden. Like just
he is definitely the face of the company. He's amazing.
He's amazing.
So we're both going Omega there, and then possibly Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Danielson, or to use his indie name, Daniel Bryan, if you've heard of that, to possibly come down tonight. We've actually there's one more. I'm just looking through my list of notes that I've written, and we've literally gone through everything that I've wanted to go over. Apart from the last thing is Ric Flair coming out tonight. Is he debuting? There was a couple of weeks, maybe like a month ago. There was quite a big thing of Flair coming out and actually debuting.
Okay, yeah.
If he did tonight, who do you think he would align himself with? Although I think we all know that he's gonna set up a bloody match with him and Sting. One last time. Let's see who's the best. Please don't. You're both fucking skeletons going at it. It's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know if we do see him, to be completely honest.
Yeah. I saw him on. Where was he the other? I think it was last weekend. MLW, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And apparently he's returned to the NWA August 29th, last weekend. He returned to the NWA. It was his first appearance since 2008 when he was inducted to the Hall of Fame. At that event, he thanked the NWA and WWE for several memorable moments and noted the importance of having several companies in the industry. Okay, so he's not signed to him then. It looks like it's just a one-off deal. Then he was at AAA the weekend before, so he does feel like he's being moved around a fair bit. Apparently Kenny Omega's wrestling for AEW. He was the Mega Champion apparently. Flair got involved, which that's what I read. I thought there was a nice thing going on there between them. Between Flair, Omega. Let's start mixing together. Let's start making a cake together. Then we'll all come over to AEW and live a happy life together. And I don't know. Do you want to see Flair back? Do you want to see him on TV?
Not really.
I would say give him a couple of drinks and then I'd probably be entertained by him.
To be completely honest, like any time Ric Flair's been on my TV for the past 10 years, it's done nothing for me.
Literally since when he lost to Shawn Michaels in 2008, wasn't it?
Yeah,
something?
That's all I needed.
Retired, but he didn't retire. That should have been the cut-off, but I guess it's an old dog, and you can't make him retire. He wants to carry on. He can't. It's too old. But the thing is with Flair, he's actually not that old. He's 70. Well, in terms of being a wrestler, yes, but he's not that old. 72 isn't that old, to be fair.
It's too old to be wrestling.
Yeah. Fantastic manager. He would potentially be a great backstage producer, maybe. I guess his knowledge in the business would be crazy. But his knowledge might be out of date, out of touch, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't need him. I just don't.
We're just gonna stick it there. No, we just don't want him.
Yeah.
Away. Shoot.
I don't need like AEW have used like the older sort of stars when they've come back, like Jake the Snake and stuff.
Yeah.
They've used them really well.
Yeah.
And even Sting, like they've aligned them with like sort of Darby to bring kind of Darby up a bit. And they've not got Sting overly involved in like sort of like the whole sort of wrestling. It's been tag matches and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I've quite enjoyed that. So if they do use him, I imagine they will do the correct sort of thing. I hope they don't go Sting versus. I don't want to see that. Don't give two shits about it. I don't want to see Ric Flair wrestle one match.
Do you know who?
I don't want to see him anything.
Do you know what? I just thought that Punk might come out with Flair, whilst Darby comes out with Sting.
No, Sting's already said he said he's going to come out, shake his hand, and leave, didn't he?
Oh, is he? Okay, fine, fair.
Yeah. So he's not
I was
staying
wondering
out.
why his name's not in brackets here, but that would make a lot more sense.
He said he's not going to be there. He said Darby Allin's like
he doesn't need me.
Fight.
Yeah,
he doesn't. Which I'm all about. To be fair, I quite like it. It's kind of it's one of those things where it's like a sort of put over, isn't it? Like
yeah.
You'd like I quite like. It's quite a little well done because Sting will always be that big name. So when people hear him say the kid's ready, kid's ready, innit? Oh, I can deal with that sound.
I'm gonna love it. Again, Tony, I know you're watching. I'll probably drop you a bell tomorrow or something. We need to talk about these Sunday pay-per-views. They're not quite sitting right with us. It doesn't really go with our timetable.
Breaks our hearts.
Got work tomorrow. Can't really stay up till at least 4 a.m. Wait, no longer than that. It'll be like 5 o'clock or something ridiculous, won't it?
That's it. Yeah.
So let's go back to Saturday pay-per-views. Anything else that you would like to say before we shoot off?
I think we've covered.
I think this is going to be fucking amazing. I genuinely cannot wait. And
same here.
We will get back and have a review session of this. Most likely same time next week, 9 p.m.
Same time
GMT.
next week.
Catch us back here. My name is Dan, and I am with my bestest friend in the world, Ash, and you've been watching DNA Talk Wrestling.
Talk Wrestling on Sunday.
On Sunday, live!
On Sunday, live. Do you know what I've just seen